Celsius, 19 Fahrenheit. And check out this red Peterbilt with huge pipes. Nice. This truck stop was called Shoemaker. Kind of like that racer.
Turn right, Southwest 48th Street.
That pretty much broke his neck skiing at 60 miles per hour.
Northwest 48th Street. Then take the exit right, Interstate 80 eastbound.
And this place has a big section where they sell, you know, truck parts. Kind of like a mini version of an Iowa 80 truck stop, the world's biggest truck stop. That's where I'm heading right now. That's my destination for the day, Walcott, Iowa. That's just west of Davenport. 553 kilometers from here, so 5.5 hours. What is that? 330 miles. But the trick is that today's Friday, and when you haul an oversized load like this one, you gotta watch for curfews. I didn't start too early today because I cannot be near Omaha, Nebraska before 9 local time. And now it's 8:12. Which is perfect because Omaha is 45 miles away, so by the time I reach it, it should be already 9 local time. Otherwise they're gonna arrest me, put me in prison, and the kids will start crying. Actually, wait a second, what kids? I don't know, I don't have any kids, at least as far as I know. And it was minus 10 Celsius during the night, which is nothing. After all those frosts I went through in Western Canada, I feel like, what? This is the best you can do, Mr. Frost? Straight ahead says, the people of Iowa welcome you. Fields of opportunities. That means I just passed Omaha,
Keep right,
Nebraska, which is perfect timing because of that curfew. So I hit it right at the exact time. So now it's 9:15 local time. Lots of construction.
follow Interstate 80 eastbound towards the north for 5 kilometers.
Yeah, I saw a big accident on the opposite side. There was a pickup truck, you know, spun around, and there were 2 more cars, and then there was a dump truck with a trailer, like 3 or 4 cop cars, you know, and they're all in the left lane, well, except for the truck. Pushing me around.
check out my fuel gauge. Unbelievable. I still have what, 266 kilometers, or roughly what, 2.5 hours, maybe 150 miles to go to Walcott, Iowa. And the wind was unbelievable. Oh, by the way, maybe you can see those flags over there. You can see the flags, the way they're blowing. Well, it seems to a bit slower now. But there's this Iowa. I forgot about this, but Iowa is like Missouri. As soon as you cross from Illinois into Missouri, they have these huge hills. You know, just, you know, like kind of small ones, but they're very long. And with this almost 50,000 pound load, geez, I started this morning. My fuel gauge was in the middle, and by the time I reached this place, only 2.5 hours later, my fuel gauge is at 1/4. And last time I fueled was Rollins, and I figured that it's about 900 miles only. So if I even last to Walcott, Iowa, and let's say I put 185 gallons, because I already know my truck, so I know when it's this empty, it's probably even take maybe 190 gallons. But let's say it takes 185 gallons and I did 900 miles, that's 5 miles per gallon. And that's why I say that, you know, when you pull an open trailer, aerodynamic trucks do not make that much of a difference, you know. So I don't know, if I had a Kenworth KW 900, you know, with the big hood, would it make a difference? Probably not, you know, because the wind, like this last stretch, it was really bad because the wind was like blowing this way, you know, and my whole truck is like, and you have to drive, you know, with your steering wheel to one side. But anyway, this is just a rest area, and I wanted to, you know, just split my driving in 2 parts and stop only once, you know, because this only preserves fuel, because I don't have to accelerate again. And I just went inside that rest area and just wanted to grab my trusted Lancaster kettle. It's pretty dirty, but it's clean inside, you know. Works from 110 volts. So this is not going to work in Australia, I'm pretty sure, or United Kingdom. This will only work in Canada and US. Even in Russia, I don't think it will work. Yeah, because those guys over there, they're crazy. They use 220 volts, 220. But anyway, so I go inside, and my first look is to see if they have plugs, because some of them, they hide plugs. They don't want people to use electric plugs, but they need them, you know, when they do the floor. And I see right away, right at the entrance, there's a plug under the map, where they have the map. Oh, you're here. All right. And by the way, this one is just west of Des Moines, Iowa. And oh, so I have the plug. Now I start looking for the fountain, where to get the water, right? Because I don't want to fill up, use water from the regular, you know, where people wash hands, because you never know what kind of water is that. But then, so I go inside the men's washroom, and there's a drinking fountain in there. So, and if you tilt your kettle just right, you may, you know, have enough luck. So you have luck to fill it up. So now I have my other kettle. So I have a whole bunch of kettles here, right? So that's green tea plus some chamomile tea, because this is bigger than this. What I figure, oh, no, it's not. It's peppermint. Peppermint? How you say it? I think it's. Doesn't matter. But it smells okay as long as you don't keep it there for a long time. Otherwise, it becomes very strong. Oh, and while the kettle was boiling, I took my laptop inside, and they have a sign on the board that says "Free wireless here." Okay, so I start my laptop, and I look at available Wi-Fi. See, beautiful. And I look at available Wi-Fi networks. Nothing. So I had to start my own Verizon and check my email. And there's a new permit from my favorite permit service, ComData, and it's Ontario, right? Ontario, the one where the dates were wrong. and I see they corrected the dates. Now it's valid from January 5th to January 8th, which I don't need at all because it's only 100 kilometers or 60 miles on the Canadian side. But I told them 5th to 6th. Now they give me too much time, but who cares? It's the same 125 bucks, you know, for 60 miles. And I asked Comdot, I said, I don't want to pay for it again. Oh, don't worry, you're not going to pay. And then I see on this permit again it says $125, like the same as on the previous one. So now it's 250 bucks for 60 miles because they screwed up. Oh boy, don't get me started. Now, on a positive note, if you can call it that, and there's a whole bunch of comments, of course. Thank you guys for watching my my modest videos. But there's always, once in a while, I get one of those emails, you know. Why are they asking me? I'm a truck driver. I've been in Canada since '97, right? So what do I know about immigration? No, these people keep sending me, you know, requests for help, or do you know anyone, or you know, what do you know? Do you know how to get a job as a driver? And this guy lives in Uzbekistan, does not speak English, and guess what? He never drove a truck before, but he wants to be a driver in Canada. Now go figure. You know, why would you want to be a driver in Canada if you never drove a truck, so you don't have a license, you don't have experience, and you don't know the language? Like, okay, you can go by the road signs, but you know, in US they have a law that when you cross the border and you don't speak any English, they can turn you back. They will refuse entry into US if you cannot understand basic English, because that's otherwise, like, if the cop stops you, like, how are you going to communicate? Gestures, you know? Oh, you know, it's not going to work. So now this guy, I think he's from somewhere from Russia, and he writes me a letter in Russian that he watches my videos, and he's a musician, and he's been thinking about immigrating. And his wife has a degree in economics, and he says, well, so none of these are actually of any use in Canada, and his English is at the mid-level. But I didn't finish reading because my kettle started whistling. It has a whistle, and it signals me when to start driving again. But I mean, what can I say? I'm not an immigrant consultant. I did this 1997, right? That's 16 years ago. Like, I have no idea what the new rules are. I know they're much more stricter, much stricter. See, I'm illiterate, but how can I help anyone? So guys, please stop sending me these emails, okay? I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm a truck driver. You know, I'm a working man now. I used to be a rich realtor in Russia, but here I'm just a trucker, you know. By the way, this guy that's about to leave his Volvo, sorry, he has these pipes, right? I saw this guy because he has this step deck trailer with a tandem, the same transcript, DTL 2100, so that's a much lower capacity. But anyway, so, and I remember this white Volvo, right? So this guy was leaving the same truck stop where I was, and on top over there, on the upper deck, he had like 3 or 4 pipes sticking 10 feet back. So they were, you know, they got out of that bundle. And the guy was, you know, kept driving. No one stopped him. And I wasn't sure if he had a CB, so... But he was already leaving. He was already basically, you know, on an entry ramp towards the main road. Oh, you see, now he's looking over there. And then I was driving. See, this is the guy. Yeah, he's checking. And I was driving, and I saw him on the side of the road, just about an hour away from here. He was on the side of the road, and I guess he had to undo those straps on top over there. And he was on top of this stack, and he was pushing those pipes inside. And I see now he made, you see, on all other stacks, he doesn't have the belly strap, right? But over here, he used a small strap on the back to kind of hook them together so they don't move, because I hold these pipes before and they can be really tricky, you know. They start moving, especially in the back over here, right? And you know, you can lose them and you can get a ticket because it's a loose load. And this stuff is actually pretty heavy. They look like, oh, plastic pipes, yeah, nothing. But they load you up and you go to scale and geez, it's like the same as metal. So, and his load is tall too, so I'm pretty sure that this guy is not doing too good in terms of fuel mileage either. But anyway, so my tea is ready. Alright, let's check. Stand by. Pour. Beautiful. So I got green tea plus with mint. We can go now. The next stop, final stop, is the TA at that Wolcott, Iowa, and I just remembered that I have to fix my lights, because the previous stop where they did my strobe lights, they couldn't find those tiny little LED lights that Transcraft uses. But this truck stop over there, they have a huge store, even though it's overpriced, but they have lots of, like, a huge LED department. You can buy any kind of light, and so I'm pretty sure that these guys will be able to fix, because I noticed that on the right side of the trailer, two of my lights, they only show clearance, but they don't blink, because I think they have two parts inside, like for, you know, for blinking and for the one that always stays on for clearance, like a turn signal, and this one, and that's not right. But I wasn't able to find them anywhere, you know, like these are really tiny. I would show you, because this guy has the same ones, but I only see one up ahead there, and it's pretty far. But it's like this size, you know, this long, tiny LED light. I only saw them on the Transcraft trailers. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to show you. I mentioned it before that my truck is falling apart. They're like this thing. This handle, this thing falls out. Well, now I was able to put it back in, but it's not for long. Basically, see, it's all screwed up. It's all loose. So as soon as I start moving this handle, this thing pops out, and you cannot fix it. So basically, I need a new handle. And I'm pretty sure that that store will have something like this, maybe some even chrome handle, but that's what I want to fix. I want to fix this one and lights. And today's Friday, I still have 2 days from Wolcott. It's like 550 miles to Canada. So it should be very easy sailing on Saturday and Sunday. So that's it. Stay tuned.
And the left lane closed. What do we have here? An accident. Check this out. There's a tow truck, and there's a flipped over tractor trailer, and they're moving the stuff from one trailer to another. Yeah. miles left. Check out. Going uphill. My turbo is working very hard. Here's my fuel. I hope I'm gonna make it. Just a couple of miles.
After 400 meters, sharp left, County Highway Y40 towards Plainview, then turn right.
Well, my needle is already in the yellow field. It beeped a couple of times when I was
Sharp
going
left,
uphill.
then turn right.
Now there's a little bridge here. I'm gonna start beeping here for sure. The bridge goes up like an overpass. And when you're low on fuel, the computer doesn't really like it when you go over any overpasses. It often happens to me in at the border in Sarnia, Ontario, where Port Huron is on the other side, and fuel there is much cheaper. Low fuel level. I see the light on the dashboard. Of course, if I keep standing here 2 more hours, letting these lazy going guys go, I'm gonna stall. Jesus, let's go. You know, they're driving like 20 miles an hour, you know, like it's Christmas Day or something. Okay, you were the last guy. Let's see. Stone's throw. Alright, once we pass this crest, things should go smoothly. Come on.
After 200 meters, turn right to 15th
Yeah,
Street.
once the nose of the truck goes down, the light goes out. Alright, where's our entrance?
Turn right, then you have reached your destination on your right.
Thank you, Mr. Blue Truck. Let's go.
After 80 meters, you have reached your destination on your right. You have reached your destination on your right.
Shut up!
It's cancelled.
Yes, ma'am, it's canceled. You are canceled. Alright, I can see the pump. That's the reality of being an owner-operator. But I didn't want to buy, you know, I could have bought fuel in Iowa City, but I thought it would last me to here. But I probably did less than 5 miles per gallon. Oh boy. Alright, but they promised some low temperatures tomorrow, so I better go inside before I fuel. I want to go inside and buy anti-gel, that fuel additive, and put it in the tank before I oh yeah, the light is on. Let me show you. I parked at the pump and the light is on, so which means I'm pretty much empty. That's not good.
Alright, let's see. The moment of truth. Now we're gonna see what the distance is from here. Here, T.A. Rollins.
Turn left, West Iowa 80 Road.
Jesus, it's already talking now. I'm not moving. Alright, units, miles. 926 miles. You guys see that? 926 miles. So that's what I did exactly since my last fuel up. Now, I never put so much fuel at one time, even though my tanks are like 150 gallons each, but because they're big and round, you rarely can put more than 80 gallons. So this time I was really empty. I pumped 212 gallons. Oh boy, the price was $3.819, so $3.81. But I'm pretty sure that here we get a very good deal. We get a very good deal through Landstar. I think probably 15-20 cents. So probably fuel here is like $3.60. But at $3.81, I paid $811.35 just for fuel. And then I bought liquid muscle, anti-gel slash injector cleaner, $21.99. And of course I took some money for cash advance, so almost $1,000. But now, did you calculate already? 926 divided by 212. I'm afraid to push the equal button. 4.367. Jesus, that's pretty good. That's 4 times better than what an army tank does. Because honestly, I read somewhere that an army tank does 1 mile per gallon. So I'm 4.3 times better than the tank. So you know, it's not. So it shouldn't be too bad, right? But 4.3. I cannot believe this. But anyway, let's just play with the numbers a little bit. 926. Divided by, because I idled, this was what, like 3 nights ago? Maybe I idled 4 hours per night, let's say. I don't know. 4 times 3, no, well, one night I did not idle at all, like in Fort Bridget. It was pretty warm. Well, maybe 5 gallons. So instead of 2 on 2, we're gonna use 2, what is it, minus 5, 207, right? And my fuel mileage jumps up to 4.47. Jesus. No, outstanding. You know? Beautiful. 4 miles, 4 gallons, 4 miles per gallon. And that's why when you haul an oversized and heavy load, you can never take a cheap load, because you see, that's what happens. Wind, you know, cold temperature. Now it's like -8 Celsius, 22 F, but they say it's gonna be -4 Fahrenheit, which I think is like -22 Celsius. So cold temperature, wind, and this Iowa really killed me. I'm pretty sure that if the terrain was better, you know, I would do at least 5. But this last, you know, I don't know, 200 miles, it was constantly up and down, and add to that the wind from the side, and 49,500 pound load, and there you go. Plus my load is 14. What is it? Very tall. But that's where all the money goes. So I don't know. Did I make any money today? Well, at least I'm better than the tank. So yeah, let's focus on the positive. An army tank would go broke with this load. All right, and that's all she drove. Stay tuned.